This is taking a minute. You're streaming now? Okay. On YouTube now.
You're waiting and waiting for these cups.
Okay. It's live now? Okay, good. Good. Okay. Yes.
Hi everybody. Alright, so I've never done this before, so I'm going to try and stream a game and see how it works out. So far, so good. So, okay, let's see, we're going to play, I have my entire list of tunes. Let me see. I'm gonna play. I don't know. Let's play this guy. Alright, let's see. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see how we're doing. Wi-Fi that. Turn that. You can't watch it while I'm doing it because it's gonna echo. Turn it down. Yeah. Turn it down.
Break. I'm wearing merchandise.
My kid's watching it in the background on her phone, so I just had to tell her to turn it down. Should have stopped echoing now. So, how you doing, man? Mr. Steve, the master of porgs.
No, I'm the master of porgs.
Oh no, nope. Steve's a big
I'm
porg
about to
fan.
change my profile picture to a gigantic porg.
Good luck with that. Alright, come on. Load. There we go. My Land. Sweet. Is this the Ode to Josh episode? Alright, so they released the latest patch for, it's like the official patch before launch of the new expansion, so it's not a lot to it. I'm actually just trying to get my, you get like a special class mount, that's all I'm working on right now. What's up, Sam? How you doing, man? Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta, come on now. Yeah, you gotta come play. Alright, we gotta get you on the USA side.
Who is Sam?
That's Expedition Theme Park. His name's Sam.
Cool.
Titanfall 2. You know what, man? The kids got me this.
know Sam?
Yeah, I talk to Sam all the time.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know anyone.
Alright. So,
Actually, I got you that.
my daughter gave me this, and it's a Titanfall 2 pop vinyl. It's like the suit and a little guy, and it just sits up here. I've never played Titanfall. I've seen them, but I've never played them. So, but yeah, I got that guy. Now I can't put it back up now. You want it? Maybe I'll bring it to you and not tell her.
Lol.
I haven't played any. No, I played Final Fantasy VII, I think. Where are you at behind me? Oh, you're so weird.
It's the wall.
Anyways, I think I played. Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. I've never gotten around to play it. I've only played Final Fantasy VII, I think, and only for a very short amount of time. My buddy tried to get me to play Final Fantasy Online for a while. Excuse me, I never got into it. Turn that volume off.
Okay.
You're causing me to echo. Turn it off. Close it out. Thank you.
I want to watch this.
You can watch, but you need to. If you're gonna watch it on your phone, they're right there.
Oh.
I have this hunter. I started. Okay, so if you notice, this hunter's name is Chudit, and I made him after watching Swamp People on the History Channel, because there's a guy on there named Troy from Louisiana, and he can't say. Steve says hi.
Hi.
He said, when he says shoot it, it comes out and sounds like shoot it. So I named my hunter Shoot It because I honestly never expected to keep playing this guy, and I did. And I kind of fell in love with the whole hunter class. My actual main's a mage, but I also have a oh god, what do I got? I don't know, I got something. I can't even think now. I just started leveling a Pally in the new allied races, so he's a Light Forge. I started a priest, but I decided I hate playing a priest. Like, some of it's fun, but for the most part, just the shadow priest, it just wasn't fun to me, so. I know my wife just started a warrior with the Void Elf. I honestly, my first character was a mage, and I've still got that character. I've got a level 110 hunter, mage. I'm going to try and get my Pally to 110 before the expansion. We'll see if that works out. And oh my god, what's Illidan? Will not reinstall. I say that every time. I just quit uninstalling it and I cancel the account randomly for like 6 months at a time. What's this stupid new class that Illidan is? Demon Hunter. I have a level 110 Demon Hunter. So, yeah, there you go. I could not, like, it would not come to me. So, I'm working on this guy. I'm trying to get his class mount. The only class mount I have is on my Demon Hunter, but it's like, it's a stupid long bunch of quests to get this thing. So, I honestly don't even know. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to complete. I just drew a blank. I need to complete daily quests, I think. Okay. I don't know if you've noticed, but they changed the entire layout here. So, like, this is no longer over here. But it's all moved. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by, Sam. Dude, you gotta give me the dates for your Halloween Horror Nights trip so that I can look at scheduling. Because I know my wife wants to go. And I figure basically I'll just hang out with you guys and guide my drunk wife around while you guys enjoy the houses and stuff. I'm not a huge horror fan, but I definitely want to go with you, so let me know. Why are you all up on me? Like a syrup on pancake. Okay.
Oh,
Well, you were about to ask me why would syrup be on pancake? Weren't you?
yeah, exactly. It's bacons on eggs.
You don't actually put, syrup on pancake.
Well, yes, you do.
For a sec. Okay, alright, I'm gonna screenshot that so that I
pancakes.
have it. Where's my screenshot?
Exactly, I like pancakes.
Okay. I've got it, so I'm gonna talk to my wife about those dates and see if she wants to go. 'Cause, I know she wants to go. She loves horror movies and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. That's my plan. If not, I'll try and shoot down and hang out. Syrup on pancakes, syrup on eggs, syrup on bacon.
Oh yeah, that's a good combination.
Yeah, that's...
Thank you for that comment.
You just like sugar.
It's because the syrup got the flavor.
I do... eggs between your pancakes is really good. I can't eat pancakes anymore, so... Later, man. I'll talk to you again. Thanks for stopping by. Sam has a really cool channel. It's called Expedition Theme Park. And he does like the history of like theme parks and some of the theme parks attractions. So it's pretty good. He does a really good job with them. Let's see. This one, what is this guy? It's the Golden Cloud Serpent. Mounts. Let's see. Cloud Serpent. The Golden Cloud Serpent. Now, apparently you get it from a quest call in the Jade Forest. Ow.
Ow.
I have this guy too.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Pretty.
And then I have this guy.
Pretty.
This guy's just a 3,000 gold purchase. This one, and I think this one come from,
Is that a Chinese dragon?
yeah. They come from quest in Pandora. Like, you have to earn rep with the Cloud Serpents. You can't even get a Cloud Serpent mount until you earn the rep with them. Let's go do one daily quest.
Interesting.
What's this one right here? Don't worry, man. You don't have to know anything to hang out. I'm breaking stuff. I was just wanted to go live
I just saved
for
your life.
30, 45 minutes before I have to go to bed because I got to work and stuff tomorrow. And I thought, hey, let's play WoW while I do it. I wasn't even sure it was gonna play correctly, so if it's playing smoothly, that's awesome. I know the live thing we tried to do the other night was like it buffered a lot and stuff. This one seems to be going smoothly. I think I kind of got OBS figured out. I definitely don't think I'll ever stream Overwatch because I tried to record something like this on Overwatch and it jumps.
So it lags.
Okay. Yeah, it lags. Like it's not even a lag.
I don't
It's like a
like lagging
standstill.
video games. It's unfair.
Well, no, the game doesn't lag. The recording lags because I need a better video card and I need a video capture card to keep up.
Look, I'm trying to read the comments.
It flies like a luck dragon. Yeah, pretty much. They're Chinese dragons, so that's the way they fly.
Dragon? What's a luck dragon?
Luck dragon is the dragon from Neverending Story.
I'm very
Falcor.
confused.
You know who Falcor is. Get out of here.
Who?
You know, Falcor. Oh, God.
Who is Falcor?
The Neverending Story.
Who?
Don't talk to me anymore. I'm disowning you. What am I killing here?
I was scared for a
Okay,
second.
you're gonna eat your tribesmen. Tell me what I have to do. I have to kill a bunch of things. Okay.
Just gonna cook. Okay. I understand.
I don't know how I'm gonna work. Like, I haven't figured out the
Tiny
new...
person.
I'm not. He's a dwarf.
So tiny though.
I haven't figured out the new controls and all the different stuff that my guy does. Like, they changed everything as of yesterday, so... Yeah, I wonder when is tax-free weekend here? I need to figure that out. The computer I've got's good. It's got 12 gigs of RAM. It's got a decent video card in it. I think I need a little bit better video card, and I definitely want to get a video capture card because then, right now, in order to do this, my video card is capturing this, it's processing this from the camera and everything, plus it's trying to play the game for me. Whereas if I had a video capture card, the video capture card would capture all this, and then the video card would just have to process the game itself. So I don't know, we'll see. I'd like to get one, but I want to get a gimbal first. I'd much rather have a gimbal, especially after our trip to Tennessee. I would rather get a gimbal because there's some footage in my Tennessee vlogs that are just jumpy as crap, and I hate it. And so,
Question.
answer.
How did you defeat that guy when you were so tiny?
Because I shot him.
It's just funny.
It's not really that funny. You think you're funnier than you actually are.
I'm entertaining the peoples.
You're entertaining something, all right.
I think I'm just...
I need to look and see if it's tax-free weekend here, because I'm going to go buy some stuff. It's funny, because we're looking at, Kristen's car will be paid off to Friday, so we've been looking at getting another car. Are you not entertained? She doesn't even know that movie. We're looking at getting another car, because their car's going to be paid off, and the guy that the dealership we buy cars through, we've been looking at Ford Flexes, and I told her, I was like, this is my car. We just bought you the yellow Wasp. I was like, we're going to get me a car. So we've been looking at Ford Flexes, and the guy's got one. So you say that. Okay, so you say, I hope not, like, this is smart, it would be a bad movie for her. But, like, I remember, me and my buddy had this conversation. I remember as a kid, one of my favorite movies at the age of 5 was Rambo and Rocky and, the Child's Play movies. So it's really weird to me. Like, they don't watch stuff like that. They don't watch too much more than, like, cartoons and stuff. They did see Deadpool, but they've only seen the beginning of Deadpool up to the bad part, and then the ending of Deadpool because of the movie. But yeah, it's weird, like, how society's changed as far as, like, what we watch. Like,
my favorite part was when Deadpool cut off his arm.
Okay.
I love being entertained.
We watched Child's Play 1, and the following Christmas, I was like 5 or 6, and the following Christmas, my mom got me and my little brother My Buddy dolls. Yeah, see, we watched Predator and stuff, too. It was one of my favorite movies growing up at that, but I guess that was the normal, like, they just expected you to grow up faster. I don't know. They don't watch stuff like that. First sleeper I had with my friends, we watched the original Terminator. Oh, that's good stuff.
We watch stuff like Curious George.
Yeah, they don't watch a lot of the really bad stuff. But, you made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, so for the following Christmas, after we watched Child's Play for the first time, my mom bought me and my brother My Buddy dolls. And I don't know if you know what those are. It basically was a Chucky doll with a different name, and it didn't look the same, but it was basically a Chucky doll. And we got them for Christmas, and my mom was really shocked. Like 2 weeks later, when one of them had its head shaved, the other one had its hands glued over its face so it couldn't see. Like, we did everything we could to make sure that My Buddy, that one. Trying to make sure this doll didn't come to life and kill us while we were sleeping. It was the funniest thing. I remember my mom renting Species when I was like 11 or 12, and she was like, don't tell your dad. That's too funny. That reminds me of, like, I listen to a lot of Kevin Smith, and he tells a story similar to that, where his dad would buy him comedy records that had, like, cussing and stuff on it, like George Carlin and stuff, and he'd be like, don't tell your mom. It was, I don't know. It's definitely really weird and different. One of the things I find interesting is, like, Saturday morning cartoons was a big thing, and, like, we used to, like, it was a big ordeal to, like, get up early Saturday and watch all the cartoons, but now everything's, like, so instantly on demand and stuff that it's just kind of like, okay, like, Saturdays aren't a big deal. Like, I remember, like, when we were kids, like, they were a big deal, but, like, now you can just watch whatever cartoon you want because it's available somewhere.
I'm happy I still watch Curious George.
When we went to see Deadpool, there was an 8-year-old next to me with his dad. The dad said, now if your mom asks, we saw Cars 3 or whatever. Okay, so we did not take them to see Deadpool in the theater because I didn't know what to expect. So this guy comes in, and he's got his 12-year-old, and I kid you not, the other kid had to be like 5 years old, and he's sitting next to me. So during that one scene where they're going through all the holidays, I've got this 5-year-old sitting next to me. I was so uncomfortable. It was the weirdest thing ever. I was like, I cannot believe you brought your 5-year-old to this movie. It was the strangest thing to me. I was like, why? Yeah, what's like Ghost? Like, unless I know for a fact that it's like a kids movie or it's not going to be bad, I always screen the movies before I take them, and very few do I not screen. Like, I didn't screen Ready Player One because I'd already read the book. But yeah, like, there's no way I'm going to take you to see a Deadpool movie, like, until I know what's going to happen. Like, we went and saw Deadpool 2, and they still haven't seen it, because I was trying to make sure it wasn't terrible. So, yeah, it was weird. That's the most uncomfortable thing, is sitting next to another kid, sitting next to a little kid while that scene's going on, and the dad just didn't care. He was just all into it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, they've never seen Ted. They'll never see Ted.
Who?
Exactly. Keep it that way.
Oh, is it that stuffed bear?
Yeah.
On all the commercials? It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. You're not going to see it ever.
Yes. I don't want to see that stupid stuffed bear.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird experience. We bought Ready Player One on Vudu, so I bought it so I'll get like the DVD and stuff, and the DVD comes with like a Rubik's Cube and some stickers and stuff like that, but because we bought it on Vudu, we get it digitally early, because it doesn't actually come out till the end of the month. When did we buy it? Friday night? When did we buy Ready Player One? Saturday or Sunday?
3 days ago?
Yeah.
I've been watching it all day.
Yeah, we bought Ready Player One like Saturday or Sunday, and I kid you not, I have seen it at least once every day since then, and she's probably seen it 2 or 3 times. It's a really
4.
good movie. No, yeah, 4. It's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it.
I just showed it to her cousin.
Oh,
Watched the whole movie that day. Watched it like 3 more times.
Oh, yeah.
Watched it more than once. Watched it every day.
It's one of the first movies I've ever really watched all the extras through, and I really like those because there's a lot of technology and filmmaking, because it's Steven Spielberg, so...
Steve, no, you do not need to rent it, you need to buy it.
You need to buy it. Not everybody can buy it.
Okay, I understand that. It's only $20 on Vudu.
But I think I've got like 3 of the extra featurettes that come with it left, but it was just interesting to, like, because basically when Steven Spielberg went into this movie, it was so much new technology that he had to learn a lot of stuff, and so he had to change some of the way he makes films and stuff. And it was interesting to see his take on it. So I've read the book too, and I will tell you, it's vastly different from the book in the sense of all the little quests, but Ernest Cline, the writer and the author, had a big hand in it. They always checked with him before they made any changes. He also helped write part of the script. And the thing is if you think about it, some of those quests that are in the book, you can't put those into a movie and make it a 2-hour-long movie. So what they did, see, that was me too. Like, I was like, there's no way they're going to translate this book into a movie exactly the same. So the few things that they did change, I thought they did an excellent job with. The guy they got playing Sereno does a great job. The kid they picked to play Wade and Parsifal does a great job. I really like who they got to play Artemis. And the only thing that's weird, though, is, like, in the book, she thinks she's ugly, and she talks about, like, the big scar. No Tomb of Horrors, but there is a Shining sequence in it, and it's pretty darn funny, especially if you like The Shining.
H is funny in that.
The character designs for, like, their avatars is really good.
They make it look like they're real avatars. Like, Artemis's eyes are really big.
Yeah. But in the movie, she doesn't really have, like, Artemis, like, in real life doesn't really have, like, it's almost like a fake birthmark, so I kind of expected it to be darker. The Shining scenes were amazing. Like, they were super good. The cast has such good chemistry both in the Avatar world and in the real world. I definitely recommend it. I think once you watch it, you'll end up buying it, because I think they did a good job translating it into a movie, even with the few things that they had to change. So, there's a quest in here. Oh, I don't want that. Dang it, I had to fall off my mount. But yeah, definitely needed more mechs.
What?
Sweet, Steve's new video's up. Yeah, I would definitely say there was no...
Wait, what's his YouTube channel?
It's the Day of Steve.
I'll be right back.
Um,
After I look up the evidence.
but honestly, even in the book, you don't feel like there's any real stakes to it. I mean, the book is complicated and well written and well layered, but to be honest, it's not... At no point, even with the book, do you think, oh, he's not going to make it. Like, you know Parsifal's going to win. So, there's just too many little snippets that don't play anything while I'm doing this because it echoes.
I'm just looking at the YouTube.
Okay. I listen to it on audio because I have such a far drive to work. And what's fun is Will Wheaton is the one who read it in audio. So it was super fun listening to him read it, and then especially if you get to the parts where he's talking about himself in the book. Now, that's kind of one of the things they don't really bring up in the... Yes. That's kind of one of the things they don't bring up in the movie is, like, who the president of the Oasis and stuff is, but listening to it on audio and Will Wheaton reading it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, the Day of Steve. My name is Nyan Angel Girl Anna.
He doesn't need to know that. Just hit subscribe.
Exactly, that's what I'm gonna do so they know
Get
to
out of here.
subscribe.
Took me a few days to get it into the first few
And what's
chapters
the
after I could
first
put
one?
it down. Oh, I just got an email to get Audible for $5 for the next 3 months. I need to sign up for that tomorrow. It only took me a few days to get through it because, like I said, we released an audio, and we released an audio, and my son kind of got pulled into it, and so did my wife. So I know my wife's finished the book. I don't know if my son's finished it yet. The first few chapters were a little rough just because there was so much kind of droning on, and it was... The first few chapters weren't the best. They were kind of hard to get you into it. So the movie does a good job just kind of sucking you right in. I am almost halfway through the first Dark Tower book, but I didn't enjoy it, so I kind of put it away. And I ended up listening to it, and right now I'm listening to Leia, the Star Wars book Leia, and I want to get I want to get the Captain Phasma book, because I've heard that's really good, and they do a really good job with Captain Phasma. First ones. I've heard the first one's the weakest, and right now it's the hardest one to get through. It's just so long and drawn out. It's from what it feels like. Like, there's some good parts to it, but I just feel like certain parts of it could have been cut really short. Books, The Gunslinger, The Dark Tower.
Oh, yeah.
Have you made it through all of The Gunslingers?
Yep.
So my wife's...
It's not the Gunslingers.
It's called The Dark Tower. The first one's called The Gunslinger. My wife's made it through all of them. I'm trying. There's so many other books that I listen to and so many other series. Like, I just got the newest Harry Dresden book that came out. And it wasn't even a Harry Dresden book. It was short stories. And those are really good. If you like the Harry Potter books and you've never read Harry Dresden, I super recommend listening to the Harry Dresden books or even reading them. I like listening to them because, like I said, I've got a long drive to work. But also, James Marsters, the guy that played Spike in Buffy and Angel, is who reads for it. So, yeah, we just got the 3rd episode up, man. It was such a... I don't know. The whole beginning of the podcast, like, we were trying to make it as really good sound quality as possible, and so, like, in the most recent one, the 3rd one, like, you can barely hear me, so... but I think we're gonna record like that from now on. I'll have to boost my mic. But yeah, Spike, he reads for the Harry Dresden books. Your mom likes the Harry Dresden books. They're phenomenal. The TV series that came out was terrible. Don't ever watch it. I think Nicolas Cage produced it or whatever. But yeah, that was a bad one. But there's like 20-something books. Also, if you like fantasy-style books... Turn it off, please. Or mute it, at least. If you like fantasy-style books, like Dungeons & Dragons and Elves and Dwarves, I recommend the Ari Salvatore series that he does about Dritz Do'Urden, who's a dark elf. The first book, the first 3 books it's called the Nine Elf Trilogy, then the Icewind Dale Trilogy. Then I would recommend reading the Cleric Quintet, which doesn't have to do with Dritz and his friends. It's like a side book, but they kind of fold back into the series later on. Those are good books. If you like D&D style fantasy stuff, they're good. Ari Salvatore can write a fight scene. The dude does an amazing job writing a sword fighting scene. So kudos to him. I'd love to be able to write like that. But let's see. This new interface is so weird to get used to. I stopped at the Hunter's Blade trilogy. Okay, so you're not. See, I haven't read any of his Star Wars books, so I didn't know that he killed Chewie. It's really weird because that's the Dritz series takes a weird reboot, sort of, a few books after the Hunter's Blade trilogy. So if you keep reading them, like it's a weird reboot. It's not even a reboot, but what happens, I kind of felt like was a cop-out. The books were still good, but there's events that he sets up and puts in play and that happen that to me was kind of like a cop-out for him, just ending the story, the Dritz story, but neither here nor there. It's his business, I suppose. I'd like to write for a living.
The Trail series was good too.
My buddy was just telling me he knows a guy that just got on with, it's called Pride Start Games, something like that. And I guess they're looking for somebody to write a few esports articles for free, and eventually they want to make it a paid position. So I reached out to him because I figure if nothing else I can throw that on my resume if I want to apply for something. I had to read so much for school, I really had to get back into liking to read again. I'm still catching on all the dystopian teen series. There are a lot of young teen, young adult books that I've read that I really enjoy. There's a series by this lady. She writes female, like, adult-oriented books. Like, they're, like, love stories with, like, they're basically novel porn, in my opinion.
How do you hate on my books?
It's not, these, you've never read these. But she writes a young adult series about this teenager who is, like, the son of a demon. Like, he's an offspring of a demon. And, like, what happens when they eventually come of age is they either have to kill or be killed by their father. And, like, if the father kills them, then he retains his power and gains a little bit more power. But if he kills the dad, then he gets all the powers. But then he becomes the demon and he's, like, kills people. He's a murderer or whatever. It's a really good series. I've got most of them. I read the last one a couple years ago, if not more than a couple, and so I haven't looked for any more. E.E. Knight has a really good, like, dystopian series called the Vampire Earth series, and the way he takes on vampires is pretty cool. So I would recommend that. I think the first one's called The Wolf, maybe, but it's E.E. Knight. I got my brother hooked on that series, and he's read that series. So, let's go here.
Dystopian's like Divergent.
Yeah, well, and this, it's sort of like a dystopian, the E. Knight books. But I don't want to give you too much on those, because a few little things would spoil parts of the series. So...
Walk in the shadows of the earth.
I'm trying to think if there's any other. The It book was okay. A lot of people said the It book was scary, but it definitely wasn't scary, so I don't know what that was about. It was kind of, it was okay. It was a good, like, attempted suspense books. But again, I've never been scared by a lot of things, and I'm not super into the horror genre, so maybe that's why.
Stephen King's a love or hate. It's a love-hate relationship.
Well, I didn't hate it. I just didn't think it was scary.
No, I'm saying all Stephen King books, the way he writes is a love-hate. could either really like it or you kind of just don't really care.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's it then. Yeah, I love to read. It was funny because like I had to read a lot in high school too, but I didn't really get into reading until till like late into like the 9th grade, and then that's when I really got into reading, and like I constantly read. Who downvoted me? That's okay. It's not a big deal. I assume they got in here because it says playing World of WarCraft, and then got mad because we weren't just playing World of WarCraft, and we were talking about other things, but no big deal. Alright, so I don't know. Honestly, don't even know what I'm doing. I'm not even paying attention. I'm just kind of running around. Parts of it made me get kind of unnerved. Like, what if it was hard as heck to read with the length and time jumps? The newest It series, the newest It movie, is really good. The older ones are okay. I really liked the newest one. I thought they did a good job with it. You're right. The book is very, very hard to read because of the way it bounces so much. It's definitely. However, I will say he's really good in that book because like one chapter will end and another chapter will pick up as if you're reading the same sentence. So that was really cool. I love the way he did that, and it would be like it would be like them as adults, and then he'd be reading it, and the chapter would end on one word, and the next word would start the new chapter, but it flowed like it was the same sentence, and then it'd pick up with them as kids. Yeah, Tim Curry was creepy as It, but I've seen him in so many other things, it's hard for me to be scared of that character. Whereas this new guy, I haven't seen him in a lot. I mean, I've seen his brother play in some stuff, because my wife's a big fan of the True Blood series. And I've seen his dad playing stuff, but I've never seen him really play. But he does a really good job with it. And I really enjoyed the kids' characters in the new movie, It. Hi, how are you? What the heck just shot me? I don't want my... No. So, the It book, yeah, there's I think it's like 48 hour, audio-wise, the It book is like 48 hours, so it's a bit much. Bill's able to do that weird thing with his eyes. The weird thing with his eyes? What weird thing with his eyes?
His eyes blue.
What?
It looked like you were getting sucked in. You're talking about the clown, right? In the movie or in the book?
That's not CGI when his eye starts to go lazy.
Oh,
The young kid? What Bill are we talking about? Are we talking about Bill the kid in the new movie or the old movie? Like the first scene from the sewer, watch his eye, Bill Skarsgård. Okay. Alright, yeah. I knew his last name was Skarsgård. I didn't realize his name was Bill. Not even gonna lie. I knew what his last name was. So the first scene from the sewer, watch his eye. He has the ability to make a lazy eye? That's what Kristen said. She said he has like a lazy eye or something. I'll have to watch that when I know we'll buy it eventually. Because she's trying to talk the kids into watching it. I may have the wrong Skarsgård. There's like 20 of them. I don't know. I know there's quite a few of them.
How do you watch it?
I honestly don't know where I'm going in this game anymore. When you said Bill, I was thinking the kid, like because that's the name of one of the boys. Yeah, see, I haven't watched the Dark Tower movie because I heard they tried to cram all or most of the books into one movie, and I was like, I don't want to see it. You know, I imagine if I go watch it without reading the book, I might be okay with it, but I don't know if I want to. Who's being attacked? Into one 90-minute movie. So they did. Is it all the books that they did in a 190-minute movie, or did they just take like 2 or 3? Because I've heard different mixed things. But that is part of the reason I didn't watch it, was because I had heard that they crammed all of them into one movie. Different book. Oh, see, that's terrible. As soon as I saw the runtime, I knew it would suck. That stinks, because but that seems to be the 40-year-old version. He was in, I think, the Office or whatever. Who is that? He played Evan Almighty. Can't think of his name. Anyways, he's normally a comedian actor, but I suggest going to look it up. Like, this movie looks like it's going to tell a really good story, and it actually has some action to it, but the way they do it is kind of interesting. From what I can get from the credits, Steve Carell, yes, and this is like a serious movie. From what I can tell in the credits, he used to be like a cartoonist and he used to do like World War II cartoons or World War I cartoons or something. And something happened in a bar, and these like 5 guys beat him up, and they beat him up so badly that they caused brain damage, and he can't remember anything from the day he got his life, but he's got like PTSD and stuff from it. And so all the women who have helped him in the town that he lives in, he built a fake version of the town, and he's got like little Barbie dolls that he keeps in this fake version, and to style action scenes and stuff. And then it's basically like that's how he's handling going through having to go to court and face the guys that did it to him and stuff. It looks like an amazingly well done story, and I really, really want to see it. It's based on a true story, which is kind of sad, but it looks like it's going to be phenomenal, and I'm pretty excited to see it. We just recently watched what's the name of the movie we watched? No, the other one. The one about the guy who refused to carry a gun. Hacksaw Ridge. We just watched Hacksaw Ridge. And that's about I believe he was a Presbyterian who ended up going to World War II, but he refused to carry a gun. And it's actually based on a true story, and he ended up like saving like 75 people, even though he'd been wounded like 5 or 6 times and stuff. The movie is amazing. It's very powerful, and it's a really good story. We also watched A Quiet Place recently. That's a good movie. I wasn't expecting it to be a good movie, but it turned out to be a good movie. And I come to find out that it's partially written by, it's directed and produced by the guy that's in it, John Krasinski. I don't know. I can't say it. It's Emily Blunt's husband. But it's a well done movie. I suggest that one if you haven't seen it. But okay, it's 10:30, and I honestly didn't expect this to work out as well as it did. The health of the stream seems to be okay, but I'm gonna hop off because I actually need to go to bed because I gotta get up at 10:30, and go to work, which stinks. But 10:30. I gotta get up at 3:30, not 10:30. 3:30 and go to work. So I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. It was super awesome. I'm happy that you guys were able to hang out. I'm going to try and do some more of these on and off throughout the week when I can. And, yeah, I appreciate it. This is awesome. Thanks for coming. Definitely cool to see you guys in the stream. And everybody that stopped by and visited. Everybody that upvoted and downvoted. We appreciate you stopping by. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we love you. Come on, you know it.
Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow, guys. Later, Steve.
Oh, we have to leave?
I gotta go to bed.